What do Falcons do? We rise up. Welcome to Rise Up Reactions, the show where we talk all things Falcons, NFL, Georgia sports, and in general, the sports news of the day. I'm your host, Dr. Lee Denning, the Golden Hard Dog, and a lifelong sports fan. Coming back to you today, guys. It is draft day. The Falcons coming in with round one, pick number 8. Who knows what we're going to do with it? We might trade it. We might pick. We all pretty much agree as a fan base that we need a defensive guy, and we're probably going to be the first team to take a defensive player off the board. But things come out of the woodwork that Terry Fontenot and the team are just saying, you know what, we're not going to worry about if we have a specific need. We're just going to go with best player available. I get it. But I also think that we haven't done enough in free agency and don't have the funds in free agency to get things that we legitimately need to be a contender right now. There are things that I think we definitely need. An edge rusher would be nice. Maybe one that actually works out, not a Vic Beasley or a Tack McKinley who are basically flashes in the pan or have no flash at all. So maybe something that actually makes sense there. But again, hey, Falcons are picking number 8 overall. We are then coming back in the second round tomorrow with pick 43, and then also tomorrow with 2 picks in the third round, picks 74 and 79. I do look for that to change. Obviously, any mocks that we do right now would have to account for just being straight picking where we're at. That never happens. There's going to be moves. There's going to be shakes. And I do look for us to probably move around a little bit on day 2, if not on day 1 even, to potentially get into position to take a guy that we really like in the second or the third round. Then we come back on day 3, which will be Saturday, with pick 109 overall in the 4th round. We have pick 143 in the 5th round. And I thought we had a 7th round pick. I was completely mistaken. We have 2 6th round picks. So we're going to end in the 6th round unless something changes. But we have pick 187. Which is fairly early in the 6th round. And then we have pick 197, which is smack dab in the middle of the 6th round. We do not have an additional pick after that. The draft will end with the New York Jets. Mr. Irrelevant will be picked 257 this year. We'll see if Mr. Irrelevant is actually a piece that helps Aaron Rodgers do something with the Jets this year. But guys, just kind of making the announcement, I will be live streaming the draft. It looks like internet got fixed at home yesterday, so I am looking forward to live streaming from home and not having to go to my wife's work where she actually has decent internet. Might be a better option just for the streaming quality, but I don't have the setup there, so I won't be able to use everything. I'll be doing it off of an iPad if I do have to transition to that. But guys, thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts, what we think we're going to do with pick number 8 overall. I still love the idea of trading back with one of the 11 through 13 guys, assuming that J.J. McCarthy or a quarterback is still on the board, or even if Rome Odunze or Malik Neighbors is still on the board at that time, and you have a team that really wants a dynamic wide receiver. Could we use a dynamic wide receiver? Do I think those guys are better than a lot of the defensive players in the draft talent-wise? Yes, but I've watched this team before go we're going to score 40 points and hope you don't score more than 35 route, and it didn't really work out well. That was the strategy we used in the mid-20 teens when we were pretty good with Matt Ryan, who again just retired. It's the strategy that we used to when we had a losing season with Matt Ryan. I think we went like 4-12 with him one year. The year that we ended up getting rid of Dan Quinn, we were scoring like 31, 32 points a game, but we were giving up about 36 points a game. And that just doesn't work out. We need to strengthen the defense. It was really good to see defense keeping us in games last year, keeping the average points per game around that 15 to 17 mark was something unheard of for the last decade for the Falcons. So I definitely want defense in the first round. And I do think we can still get the guy that we want or somebody that makes sense for us anywhere between that 11 and 13. I think we could potentially trade with the Jets if a wide receiver is on the board and move back 2 spots. So I don't think the capital will be, or the draft capital back will be quite as good. And even the Chicago Bears might be willing to deal from 9 to 8 if they think that another team is trying to jump them for a wide receiver. So you don't know. We're probably going to end up, if we trade back, I think for sure we would end up with another day 2 pick. If it's going to be the Minnesota Vikings, though, it would probably have to be that other first-round pick or a future second or first-round pick to kind of make it a little bit sweeter deal for the Falcons. But that's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please join me tonight for the draft. I'm probably going to try and get the thing going. I believe the draft starts at about 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to try and get my end of things going by about 7:45. If I find out that it's actually at 7, which I got to do a little bit more digging on, I will be looking to do about 6:45 start. I'm basically going to get started about give or take 15 minutes before the draft actually gets started. Try and make sure things are good, and that also, God forbid, something is going wrong with it. It gives me time to get to a new location to actually start the live stream. Last year I did have to go to Facebook to live stream because YouTube did something really stupid with how they do live stream. But again, it is what it is. It seems to be working. My wife and I did a quick trial of it, and I was able to live stream. But thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. I hope to see you tonight. And as always, rise up.